first I'm going to give you the overview of the series, and then I will explain tonight's installment. So the overview of the series is that in life, assembly is required. That when you buy it and you get it and you have life, it doesn't come assembled. You need to assemble it yourself. And we're here on Earth for a short time, hopefully not losing sight of the fact that life doesn't come assembled and we have to assemble ourselves. In this assembly state, there are really three levels. There is the recognition that I am lacking and I need wisdom to guide me, the strength to overcome, and the humility and the acceptance of this is my life. So number one, I need wisdom. Without wisdom and clarity and self-awareness, I can't even start the process. If I don't know that there's what to accomplish in life, I will never accomplish. Number two, I need strength, and now that I realize there's what to accomplish and I have to finish myself, I don't come assembled, I need the strength to create that assembly. And third, that third level we're going to cover in this series is I have to be happy with my lot, which we call being rich. Rich is not about having a lot of money. Rich is about being happy with what you have. So this trifecta of wisdom, strength, and happiness is what we're going to cover in this 5-part series. And happiness, as we know, that's the goal. The common denominator between all human beings on Earth is that we all want to be happy. But that happiness doesn't happen. Happiness is intentional. It's something that we know, we have overcome, and we eventually accept that reality. That's the overview. Now, we mentioned, those of you who were at the clip show, that we live, our current generation, we are in the age of distraction. Every generation has a test, and our test is distraction, which means that we will not be in the lives that we have. We will be somewhere else. We mentioned about social media, a great way to find out about this class, and an amazing way to avoid reality. Tonight we're going to talk about another realm that is at our beckoning call that we avoid reality, and that is the 4-letter word called work. Now, as you know, work is a good thing. Make money, that's a good thing. But just because something is true doesn't mean it's grounds for obsession. Just because something is true doesn't mean it's grounds for obsession. And all of us can be tugged in ways in which we are imbalanced. So just like it would be ridiculous if I made a decision to go to a gym and only worked out my left muscle because I'm a lefty, so I want to really be huge on my left side and I'll be weak on my right side, that would be weird and misstructured. So too, yeah, it's true, I'm a lefty, true, I need muscular work on my left arm, but I can't be unbalanced. And we all fall subject to what's called a rational lie, to rationalize. A lie that's rational, meaning you have to work. Yeah, that's true, you have to work. But when you become obsessed, you lose sight of the bigger picture. So we're using throughout this series Seinfeld as a metaphor because Seinfeld, as we mentioned, is a combination of sitcom and stand-up. Stand-up is observatory, observing what's real. And a sitcom brings it out in a scenario. The last 2 seasons were written by Jerry Seinfeld exclusively, not with Larry David, and he was willing to bend reality more. A caricature in this realm is called Kramer. Now, Kramer is a cartoon. Just like you had the Marx Brothers, Groucho, Chico, and Harpo. Harpo didn't talk, was a caricature. So too, Kramer's a caricature. Turns out, Kramer needs to go to the bathroom, finds a really nice bathroom in a Midtown office, and winds up getting a job. Let's see Kramer get a job.
Damn thing is jammed again.
You know what happens with these? The rollers, they get flat spots on them.
Huh? Hey, Leland wants everyone in the conference room right now.
Come on, let's go. Good work today, K-Man.
Well, you know what they say. You don't sell the steak, you sell the sizzle.
In that case, make mine a double.
That's awesome, because many of us, it's an exaggerated metaphor, we wind up in jobs that we got accidentally. We were just using the bathroom, we were just in the right place at the right time. I think that 25% of Americans in the current jobs that they hold were trained in college for that. Oftentimes we wind up in random places. And in the workforce, oftentimes we're accepted based on the utterance of truths that might not have any basis in reality, like, you don't sell the steak, you sell the sizzle. Oh, I don't know what that means, neither do you, but we'll go with that, and we'll waste time in that reality. Now, when you get a job, you're like, you feel good, because all of us have an issue of being latent teenagers, that we're all in this belated adolescence. So we don't want to be goof-offs, we don't want to not have a job, so when we have a job, it gives us something good, it gives us structure, and we feel like real adults, like Kramer explains to Jerry.
Jerry, I don't know if you've noticed, but lately I've been drifting aimlessly.
Now that you mention it.
But I finally realized what's missing in my life. Structure. And at Brant Leland, I'm getting things done. And I love the people I'm working with.
The 9-to-5 little club that you get to be with people. And even though you're not actually accomplishing anything, you're just hanging around, you still kind of feel good. And if you're accepted by your colleagues, all the more so. So here's Kramer at work. If you could go out for drinks with your coworkers afterwards and make them laugh, then that's really good, and then you're accepted by that. So we've got to work. Now, here's the thing. Just like you will never, if you become obsessed with work, and that is the greatness of BlackBerry, of iPhone, is you have an ability to be in contact from everywhere. The terrible thing of BlackBerry and iPhone is that you have the ability to be contacted anywhere. That means that in your job, you want to be on vacation. When I first started doing trips to Israel, rarely did people ever hook up their BlackBerry to international. I don't want to be in touch with work. And as time has gone over, people feel that need to become obsessed. Now, what's the danger? Well, the most important danger, as you studied today from the Mishnah, is that if you don't make time to learn, you will never have the wisdom and enlightenment that you need to grow. So you have to intentionally decrease your involvement in work, even though you love it, and increase your time in learning. As I've mentioned before, the blueprint and fingerprint of your priorities is your schedule. What you schedule in your life is a reflection of who you are. We all know, hey, what's up, we'll get together. We don't put in our schedule right then, we will not get together. It's taught. When you make it part of your schedule, it occurs. So in the end of days, when we look at your life, how do we know who you are? We look at your iPhone schedule. What did you schedule? That will be your obituary. That will be your accomplishment. What did you make time for? Now, just because something's true doesn't mean it's apparent. Just because something's true doesn't mean it's apparent. It's true that all of us one day will die. I hate to say it, it's true. We will all not be here. We will be dead longer than we'll be alive. Life is a fleeting moment that we're here. And we all like to avoid this mortality realm. But really, life is short. We're here to finish who we are, complete our task, and without the guidance of Torah, without that light, the word Torah means horah, guidance. Without that guidance, we'll never get to fulfill our ultimate purpose. So all of us have to schedule time to do that and not be distracted. Not be distracted by social media and posting pictures of your salad, and not being distracted by your work. I'm like, that's an interesting salad. What is in there? I'd like to know. Please stop, everyone, with the food. It's ridiculous. It's embarrassing. And by the way, if I like it, you know I'm joking with you, okay? Unbelievable salad, like. That's a joke. You should get that. So, in the end of days, your obituary will basically be your timeline of all the salads you ate, of all the weddings you went to, of all the photos you were unfortunately tagged in. Please, let's stop that too. All of us have the ability to be the distracted generation and miss it, completely miss out on life unless we prioritize and desire, I want to be guided in my life. And as a reflection of this obsession, if we focus and define ourselves by what we do in our jobs, that distraction will also cause us to sacrifice our relationships with those who we love. Our relationships, everyone in this room is a human being. You hopefully have relationships with other human beings that you need, that is vital oxygen. And if you become distracted, be it on your iPhone or with work, you run the risk of sacrificing a real relationship with those who you love. And in the greatness of comedy, and this is Seinfeld almost becoming like a cartoon, Jerry plays the role of the wife, and they're having a conversation, which, for those of you who are married, is a reflection of what goes on, even in a non-marriage relationship. It's a reflection of what goes on often during the breakfast, lunch, and dinner tables of married couples. Let's see this cartoonish idea.
So, Jillian's coming over later. I'm gonna end it.
Uh-huh.
Those meaty paws. I feel like I'm dating George the Animal Steel.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll chain her to the refrigerator and sell tickets.
That's nice.
Kramer, put the paper down. You never listen to me anymore. We hardly even talk.
Well, we're talking now,
I
aren't
see
we?
you for 20 lousy minutes in
here
the
we
morning.
go.
And then when you come home at night, you're always exhausted. We never do anything anymore.
What are you starting with me for? You know this is my crazy time of year.
It's your third day.
I gotta go to work. We'll talk about this later.
Well, call if you're gonna be late.
What? What is going on with you two?
Oh, I don't want to talk about it.
Common crisis, when we talk about 60% divorce rate, that's referring to those who go through the actual trouble of getting divorced. That doesn't mean per se that everyone's happily married, and we can't say that work is the ultimate cause of the destruction of relationships, but distraction for sure is a contributory force. Distraction is a contributory force in relationships, not just infidelity, distraction in the extreme, but any form of mild infidelity. Infidelity with your cell phone, cheating in the attention that you give to your loved one. And, oh, come on, you know it's my busy time of the year. It's a great out. But that out of work, your obsession in work, causes you to become disconnected from those who you love. Work is good. You should make a living. You'll make your parents proud. But when you become obsessed and it becomes your life, that's the ultimate fear that all of us have. Now, where does it come from? Because all of us look for definition. According to Judaism, you are not what you do. You are not a lawyer. You are not a doctor. You are not an accountant. You're a Jew that's here on earth to grow. Did I cover everything? Or media. I'm communications. Okay. I don't know what that is. But that you're not defined by that. Now, that's a good thing. You might love your work. That's great. And you should love your work. You're going to do it, love it. But if you become it, if you be it, that defines you. You're setting yourself up for a tremendous risk. Because it can work out and it cannot work out. It could yield good. I mean, people might appreciate you. You are now investing the lion's share of your self-esteem in a stock that is not solid. You can be defined by what you do and what you accomplish in this world, how you grow and how you benefit the world. In order for you to not live on the street, you need to work and enjoy it and have enough money to afford air conditioning, central air conditioning. Important. But as many statistics in psychology say, that the difference between making $5,000 and $50,000 a year is tremendous. You're going from homeless to having a home. But psychologically speaking, with all studies done, the difference between $50,000 and $500,000 is not that much. We all fantasize, ooh, that would be great. But it's not really the end goal. There's more to life in the growth pattern. And when we sacrifice that, we become obsessed, we actually, in the end, will ruin the relationship with those who we love. And let's see Jerry and Kramer's relationship now come to a head.
Jerry. Hey, Jerry?
I'm right here.
You're late? Yeah, well, I got held up, you know. What happened to your hand?
Like you care.
Work piled up, I lost track.
Oh, sure. You and your work. Elaine's off in the bizarro world. George only calls when he wants something. And I'm left sitting here like this plate of cold chicken, which, by the way, was for two. Whoops. I ordered in. It's still effort.
Oh, jeez.
What's wrong?
It's my stomach.
You're probably getting an ulcer. This job is killing you. It's killing us.
Now, of course, the job doesn't actually exist, which brings out the point even more, but it's killing you. It's killing us. But there's truth to that. It can kill you and us. The job can suck you in. And in the larger realm, we look, is that really what we're here for? Was that really the point? Was that really necessary? Now, it kills the relationships with those who you love. And it can kill the relationship with yourself. The greatest danger in our generation is being completely unaware of who we are, where we are, and what we're supposed to do. We don't even know that we don't know. We don't even know that we don't know. We don't know that there's what to know. Huh? What do you mean? I'm fine. I live in Murray Hill. I have a job, paying off my college loans. That's fine. What do you mean? What else is there to... No. There's a whole universe that exists, and you're part of it. And you're here to get guidance through the learning of Torah. Overcome that which you need to fix, and be at one, and ultimately reach that realm of happiness. That's the ultimate key to being happy. There's no magic button to happiness. Happiness comes with work, effort that we exert by gaining the knowledge, changing who we are in a slow and incremental manner, and accepting our reality and being at one with it. Working on being happy. That sounds like a conundrum. You have to work on being happy. Happy doesn't come in an automatic shift. Happiness is not an intravenous hookup with ecstasy. It appears that way. If I had an intravenous thing of ecstasy, I'd be fine all the time. Wow, this is the best water I've ever had. I love you guys. That would be great for a while, but it doesn't last. And happiness actually means work, which means I'm going to humble myself to the reality of GPS and go with it. I was just down in Florida, and I go with GPS. I got the Waze. I enjoy it. And of course, I had relatives. No. Let me tell you a different way. Okay, here, write it down. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not, because I don't have the time to follow your directions. I'm going with a GPS thing that I trust to know will guide me to my ultimate realm. I will only be here for a short time. I don't have time to figure out whether or not I should go down Military Trail or not, or 95 or not. I can't figure this out. I don't have time. It's a short vacation. So too in life, I don't have time. It's a short life. You live to 120. It's a short life. I don't have time at the end of my days to figure it out. Give me a GPS and guide me and let me get there. That guidance, first I want to learn Torah. Then I want to overcome and be happy. But if you don't make a conscious effort to schedule it, it will never happen. And that's why the Mishnah says, decrease your involvement in work. You love it. You can love it. That's fine. But intentionally decrease it. Not because you're lazy. Not because it's a hassle. Intentionally decrease your time in work because you realize there's a greater prioritization out there. And when you do that, and you schedule it, you become the beneficiary of a cumulative clarity. clarity doesn't happen in a pop, in a sudden realization, in a sudden gates opening up. Clarity happens in a cumulative, incremental manner. And when you obtain that clarity, you will find from that clarity the strength to overcome and be at one with your mission on earth. So hopefully we'll accomplish that, and thank you guys for coming. Any questions? Yeah.
So you were saying, like, people say, like, I'm a doctor, I'm a lawyer, but you're not actually that, right? Judaism says you're more. What if you're a rabbi?
I think that's an important point as well. Because there's no, even let's say, I don't think it's an exception. I think that's what a person does. But I think in many ways it's important to realize that the word rabbi really comes from the word rebbe. And rebbe means a teacher. And everybody is a teacher. Everybody ultimately is a rabbi, because our obligation is to gain information, to share it with our friends, and ultimately to give it over. Give it over to our children, and give it over to our students. So, but even in that realm, no, I am I. And if I define myself by what I do, even if I'm doing a good thing, I'm allowed to gain a 30% self-esteem boost from that reality. But if I invest 100% of my portfolio in the greatness that I do, I'm risking my investment. So I love what I do, and I definitely gain positive self-esteem from my involvement. But I make sure to balance that portfolio, because even as a rabbi, it doesn't mean I'm a full-time human. All of us need to be full-time humans, and we also need to pay the bills. Sometimes they come together, and sometimes they don't. Sometimes you might be working. My friend Harry here, if you don't mind me saying it, his grandfather had, I think, a zipper factory, right? I love that. Made zippers. Someone's got to make them, and we need them. What a great invention. Whenever they came out, awesome. Somebody's got to make zippers. I wish I worked in a zipper factory. I would love it. Now, the concept is, now, that doesn't mean you're bad. I only make zippers. That doesn't mean you're awesome. I make zippers. It means I make zippers. I make enough money to feed my family and accomplish the things that I'm supposed to accomplish. So if I'm going to make zippers, I'm going to make good ones, the metal ones, not those plastic things. I'm going to make real zippers that last. But that's not it. There's definitely more, even as a rabbi. Any other questions? All right, you guys. So come back next week, and we will continue the journey.